Okay guys, thanks for tuning in. Now what I'm going to show you can be scary to some, but this is the tiny utility area of my basement where I currently have my shop, and while it may not be the smallest shop in the world, it might be the smallest shop in Toronto. So here obviously is the stacked washer dryer, laundry sink and supplies, and then the real fun starts. Currently have some wood for a new project. We've got some laundry baskets, some bins, some folding chairs, a wine fridge, workbench, and shelves which actually do have a little bit of order. And then along the other wall we've got some more shelving, some boxes, and more boxes. Finally, a place where we hang laundry to dry. So what I've had to do so far is reposition the overhead light, as you can see right here. Now this was actually right here, and because I pulled it across a joint, I had to unfasten some of the leads, and that required a trip to the Home Depot and a bunch of U-tubing. But this box is actually abandoned right now, and the plan is to take these boxes off the shelf and stack them on a rack on the ceiling. So I'll show you how that works. The reason is because right now we can't get this rack any farther back because the boxes stick out and there's not enough room on the shelves to have the box sit end to end. So I'll be going through this. It's probably a little bit of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, as everything is in this house, but this is one part of a larger project which is going to involve putting up cabinets along that wall, reconfiguring the bench and storage, and then adding on a little bit more of a flat workspace over here. And if I get some time, I might have a portable workspace currently over here in front of the laundry rack. So wish me luck, and here goes step 1. So the plan is to actually put some rails on these joists or attach somehow to the ceiling joists and have the boxes suspended so that they're actually the other way around. So these plastic supports are going to be resting on a flat piece so that the boxes can slide in and out along the joists. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take some flat stock, and I'm going to screw on some 2x product so that I can actually hang it and get an idea of where it's going to go. And because it's attached to the horizontal first, I don't have to worry about leveling it individually. I can just put it up, level the entire piece, and then screw it into the joist. Alright, I've cut the 4 pieces, the vertical support pieces that I'm going to use to attach to the flat horizontal. And all I need to do now is figure out the correct spacing along the actual surface of the piece, which you can see here, and where I'm actually going to attach it in between the joists. Now, coming over here, you can see that if we don't want to go exactly right to the extent of the joist where it joins, because then we will be able to get boxes out, so that'll be a consideration as well. So because of the spacing isn't exactly 16 inches on center, one of the supports is going to end up somewhere around here, and or an extension of this. So that's something that I'm going to measure up now and make sure that I've got it all set before I mount it in place. Alright, I got the first one in, and I did notice that I did have to shim a little bit at the back because of course the joist isn't perpendicular to the ground. So here's the first one. Feels pretty good, secure, and I'm just going to space the next one out. My calculations say about 23 3/4 away from the first one to the upright. So I'm going to go measure that off and I'll start putting it together. I'm making a slight revision to the last clip. I actually lowered it down so it is completely even with the shelf. The reason is because I was realizing that with it up a little higher, it was blocking the boxes from being moved, but I cut the uprights a little long, so in case I needed to adjust them, I had that ability, and I now think we're ready to go now on to the second one. And here we see the finished product. I had to adjust the spacing a little bit because the module for the boxes was just off of the joist, but I just put another 2x2 in there and it worked out. So you can see the boxes here. Still got some space in between the ceiling. The boxes slide out very easily. And gives a great amount of space. Especially it gets this drawing rack, which we have here, closer to the wall, which gives a bigger walk space, which is what we wanted, as well as better utilization of our tiny our tiny basement. Next stop will be working on the workbench area, putting up uppers, as well as reorganizing some of the wall storage. Thanks for watching.